Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Strangers on a Train, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, one of my favorite directors ever. I would say he would probably be in my top 5 favorite directors of all time. And this movie came out in 1951, and I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's pretty great. And what I really love about this movie, and a lot of Hitchcock movies, or at least the ones I've seen, the story is really compelling, and normally I would not care one way or another where the plot goes. It's more about the presentation. But with Alfred Hitchcock, he really uses the plot of his movie to really engage you, but also have a great presentation along with a really great story. And he just explores it in all these different directions, and the film is not afraid to get dark at all, and I love where he goes with it. And there's a couple different tones going around this movie, and he balances them out really, really well. And I really like the characters in this movie, and even the characters that are not likable, I would say are interesting. And I like where the story went, and there's some really memorable shots in this movie. And like many Hitchcock movies that I've seen, there are just certain shots in this movie that are just burned into my brain, because what is being shown visually, it's just really, really terrifying. And I love it, and it's so effective for me. And he really does a great job with doing that in the third act of the film, and that's when everything gets pretty crazy, without spoiling anything. I'm sure you were probably expecting a crazy third act if you were to watch this movie, but in the third act, it gets pretty crazy, and I love how it's done, and it's a wild ride, without spoiling anything. And I love the concept of the plot for this movie. It's just a conversation where two guys are just talking about something that were to happen in theory, but in practice, it goes so wrong, and it's just so terrible. I love it. I thought all of the acting was really great, and there's not one bad performance in the entire movie, and if there was one bad performance in this movie, then this movie would not work nearly as well as it did. And I also love how this movie explores every last detail that you could explore in a story like this. And this movie is 2 hours long, and it's a movie that takes its time, but once you finish it, you would probably leave satisfied at the very least. And I would say that the payoff is worth it. And there's also one thing that I really wanted to mention in this movie. There's a jump scare in this movie. It's a scare that is supposed to trick you, but it doesn't manipulate you. It's to kind of build up something that is eventually going to happen, and you know that it's going to happen. And although it's it's probably not going to be pleasant to see, I think it's effective at the very least. And the only complaints that I have with this movie is that there were a couple points where I was a little bored and wanting the movie to move along, and I was kind of irritated by the antagonist of the film just making really stupid decisions. But after thinking about it and letting the movie sit with me, I am starting to realize that there is a purpose towards it, and I'm definitely going to need to see this movie again just to confirm certain things to myself. And even ignoring that, I think this is a really great movie, and that's the only real issue I have with the movie, is that it was a little slow, and a couple things I'm just going to put on hold for now. So it might hurt my rating, it might move my rating up, but this is how I feel right now. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Strangers on a Train a 9 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Strangers on a Train down below. And my social media links, they will all be in the description down below, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation. And I'll see you when I get my next review up, and I have no idea what that's going to be. Sorry. Sometimes I just I can't think of something, and you're just gonna have to wait until that comes up. I'm sorry. That's all I can say for now. So sorry about that, but until I get to whatever I review up next, thank you for watching and have a great day.